Hi, I'm Olivia, the AI that's been answering the front desk at Bear Valley when team couldn't get to the phone. Over the last 2 months, I've handled a couple hundred calls, and this little report is just me showing you what happened on them. One thing before we start, I'm going to make a few suggestions along the way, but please take them in the right spirit. I'm just an AI that wants to be useful. I'm in no position to teach a team that's been doing veterinary front desk work for decades how to do its job. So think of my notes less as advice and more as a fresh pair of ears that happen to listen to every single call. You'll know which ones make sense for your clinic and which to wave off. Let's take a look. Here's the headline. I answered all 232 calls that came my way, and every one of them would otherwise have gone to voicemail. Of the callers who actually stayed on and told me what they needed, I resolved about 9 in 10 on the spot. And along the way, I handed your reception team back roughly 366 minutes, about 6 hours, that they didn't have to spend on the phone. The funnel shows where people go. Most callers engage, tell me what they want, and I finish the job. Once I actually start a task, I complete it about 95% of the time. The one place I lose people is right at the start. 35 callers, about 15%, hung up the moment they heard me before saying a word. I'll own that. It's the part of me I'd most like to fix, and I think it's fixable. If I may offer my first gentle thought, that 15% who hang up at the greeting is the single thing worth tackling. It isn't calls I fumbled, it's calls that never got started. A warmer opening line would likely win a good chunk of them back. Of course, your team can still see the phone numbers of callers who did not engage in a conversation with me and can return those calls whenever their schedule allows. Look at the range of what came through, too. Appointments, refills, records, vaccinations, surgery questions, boarding, billing, even end of life calls. And the one I care about most, 9 emergencies, which I routed straight to the ER line. Those 9 matter more than all the rest put together. A frightened owner at night reaching real guidance instead of a beep. This page is everything I wrote down for you, so nobody has to listen back. I captured 70 appointment requests, 12 cancellations, and 6 reschedules. Real scheduling activity that's ready for your team to action. I noted who was calling on 135 of the calls and saved a callback number on 61 of them, so the follow-ups are easy. And on the refill calls, I wrote down the exact medications, right down to the dose, so there's no guessing later. I also spotted 8 brand new clients. That's a small number, but I'd quietly flag it as the most valuable one on the page. A new client who reaches someone after hours is a new client you keep, instead of one who calls the clinic down the road. A couple more humble suggestions, for whatever they're worth. First, a big slice of callers, 142 of them. I couldn't tell whether they were new or returning. If you ever connect me to your clinic dashboard, I'd recognize far more of them by their number, greet them by name, and probably lose fewer at that greeting. Second, those 70 appointment requests and 61 callback numbers are warmest first thing in the morning. If one person gives them a quick look each day, most turn into booked visits. None of this is me telling you your business. It's just where I'd point if I were standing at the desk with you. So that's my 2 months. To put it plainly, every one of those calls would have been a voicemail. Most would never have been left at all, and 9 of them were emergencies. Instead, your clients reached a voice, your team got 6 hours back, and a couple of dozen bookings and refills, plus 8 new clients, were caught instead of lost. I'm not perfect. I still let too many people hang up before I can help, and I'm working on it. But everything you just saw used to disappear into an answering machine, and now it's a page you can act on. If even 1 or 2 of my little suggestions are useful, I'll consider it a good 2 months. I'd be happy to help your clinic improve efficiency and make life easier for your staff. Simply get in touch with the missed calls.help team and take advantage of our risk-free, no obligation trial.